Yeah, I was just wondering, you've come across 10 years, and I imagine, especially in the beginning, there would be a lot of very tense encounters with town folk, maybe up around Kenora, and you know, people, not just Abitibi and Kenora, but the individual town folk who may not approve of what you're doing, and there'd be the intimidation, the threats, racism, and so on. I'm wondering how especially the young people bared up against that, and you know, the impacts in terms of, did it help them, you know, resolve, did it strengthen their resolve, did it cause division, how were you able to get through that? And maybe if there are any outstanding examples that come to mind about things that you had to go up with. Because I imagine since, like, after the blockade, I mean, I'm not saying things are ever wonderful, but probably things got worse after the blockade.
Actually, I think it got better because growing up in Kenora, like around Kenora, I couldn't sit with the non-native kids. I had to sit in the back, kind of like segregation. I went to an almost like all-white school. I was like, there's only like maybe 4 native kids in there, and it was Lakewood Secondary School. And they, like when Indian Affairs told me, well, you're going to go to Beaver Bay because it's an occupational skills school. I said, why can't I go to Lakewood? And he said, that's an academic school, the native kids don't go there. You got to go to Beaver Bay. And I said, I want to go to Lakewood. And he said, well, why? I said, because I want to learn academics, whatever that is. I didn't know what it was. So they put me there, and I went through like 3 years of racism, but I did meet a few non-native kids that accepted me, but I had to struggle because I was like a crippled woman and a crippled girl, and I was a girl and native. So I had like 3 things against me I felt at the time, but it made me see a lot of things, and now I go to Kenora, and I see native kids and non-native kids being friends. So it's a whole different world. And what I feel like is the Christian peacemaker teams, they're doing anti-racism things in Kenora. They're still coming into Kenora working on anti-racism because they do see how the cops are very mean to my people. And there has been a few deaths of our people, like in the side streets, that were just beaten up so badly you couldn't recognize them. So that's why the Christian peacemaker teams come there, and they go to the churches, congregations, and they try and work on that racism. So I have seen a change, and I can actually find a restaurant where I can be treated human. So I avoid the other restaurants where I'm treated like an animal. So I've learned that part. And just learning to adapt to Kenora, and I see more of our people living in Kenora. They can rent a home, whereas maybe 20 years ago or 25 years ago they couldn't rent a home, like a house.